Talk to me honestly. I'm here.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Day 26. The streak continues. Tap that upper DD band right at the start of the day. Walking into that triple B on the VIX. We look likely to see if we get a DD that's less than half and trade this thing back down a lower band. Nice and rational. Market's looking hella good today. I'm liking it. And we will see you guys soon. Hang tight. Reading the news today, seeing what's going on. Good morning, team. Music's super loud. Crank that down just a little tiny bit. Although I do love that song. All right, in the news, seeing what's going on. Nothing too crazy. We ran up yesterday on, I think, some Fed commentary towards the end of the day. Market pushed up. We had a hedge pusher break. Monthly hedge break. Market moved higher. If you open above monthly hedge, that's good for a nice little reversal bump. Remember, today is Friday. It's weekly expiration on stocks. And then see if there's anything today. We're gonna open. DD bands are up near the top. Let me run the bot really quick. Get some of those numbers for us. Put that in there. First thing I do every morning, translate my DD bands, estimate where they will be for the day. Doesn't look like we have any. What I'd like to see is a DD less than half. I can short it back down because we're at the upper band, near the upper band. Nothing's touched yet, which is interesting. Let's do QQQ first, 293.85. $388.55. Oh, the wrong day. What's up, y'all? Okay. Hold on. Isn't that right? Just double check really quick. S&P 3982. Why do I keep forgetting to do this over here? Oh, I don't save it. That's what I realize why I keep doing this. The DD is wrong. Hold on the. I'm just a nerd. Okay. What's up, guys? Good morning. Smash that like button while we're here. What happens is when I reboot my computer, I cleaned my office last night. I was happy about it. I made an Instagram reel. So I close everything down and I don't save this one manual thing I need to do. This is a matte error. So let's run this bot really quick. Ignore that last bot, 1902.6. That's more like it. That seems about. Okay, that's better. Redoing the bot here. Delete the old bot printout. I can't wait till we get futures data. Music's still out. We're not seeing anything. No video. Awesome. You can see the video. And music loud. Oh, let me turn down a little bit. All right. New DD bot bands. Let's get them really quick. I'm going to throw them up here. So we're up 80 something % on the account for the challenge, which is good. It's nice to see that progress here. So almost 100%. We're getting there. 299.92. Smash that like button if you guys have not checked out Rocket Skier, especially the extended trial. We'd love to have you check it out. So every morning I'm just going to do my DD bands. And remember, the equities ones, since they're converted from futures, they will move around. So I only just kind of eyeball them for now. Kind of in the middle. Let me double check. Okay, that's a lie. Oh wait, sorry, 295.47. I need to wake up. And actually, we are about right there, give or take. I'm just eyeballing the futures ones, making sure we hadn't tapped it yet. We got pretty close, about 2 points off in the S&P one, so they haven't touched yet. So the rule is still active. The rule is we use them for exit targets. Remember, so when I'm trading, for the most part, I will use them to formulate a trade. So ideally, since we're at the top, I'd like for the evidence to come in that I need short to the bottom. Would be this number comes in less than half. Y'all know the rule. Okay. 399.92. Again, SPY, I'm just gonna eyeball it about right there. And 394.04. So every morning I do this just to get prepped. That's it. Can't wait till we can do them automatically. You just show up and it's there. Good morning, happy Friday. What's up, Shay? What's up, Justin? Schmed? Emirath. How you liking things, Schmed? Pulling you up. Your first, probably your second week now. How you guys liking stuff? I'm just gonna ask somebody randomly. What's up, Anthony? One of the old schoolers from back in the day. Anthony, how are you liking everything? You haven't seen anything Rocket Scooter except for that old classic, the Light app. Are you liking the new stuff? Digging deep, baby. That's right. How we do it. News is nice and light. So first thing I do every morning, just kind of review. Financial Juice is awesome. It just has like a news recap. Europe and Asia. Nothing crazy going on. Make sure I come to our economic calendar. We're going to look at this week. Always scroll down, make sure there's no events coming up. Right, this is obviously today we have ISM, PMI. This is going to be a huge day, right? So in 37 minutes, there's a catalyst that's going to come through. Be nice to see the market respond to that. So, I mean, an event that's coming through. So we know how PMI, especially on expiration day, is going to be kind of a big deal. Another thing to take note of, everyone, is this might be something we haven't gotten to the lessons yet, but we talk about it. I'm going to shift my focus to my top left screen. VIX triple B, and you haven't heard a lot about it, but I'll just tell you what you expect. This is that balance point for this month for this contract. So this is one of the things that isn't what we call our unusual signals. VIX has the ability to respond very rapidly to this, just like VIX on call walls, UVXY. So we could get a very sharp pivot from here, which could be a very sharp turn down from the index. Ideally, if the DD ratio comes in less than half, I'm going to be very inclined to short since we're already at the top of the band and haven't touched it. That's a great setup, right? To short. If that comes through less than half, I'd be wanting to short for it to touch the lower band for the upper. The only thing that can kill that idea is the PMI kicks us irrational. So in about 21 minutes, 36 minutes when that comes through, we have to make sure that we're paying attention to that ISM number. So don't forget, that's going to be exactly 10 o'clock Eastern. So other than that, there's nothing else crazy. Looking at the earnings calendar, let's see what's going on earnings wise. Costco came in, a lot of stocks came in good. That's why I've been rallying up in the morning. All of them are before market for the most part. That's weird. They say after market and they still have reports. It's kind of odd. Let me refresh this just to make sure. Okay. Okay, never mind. Don't listen to me. I was like, okay, wait, Costco. And I was like, I thought they already had earnings. Okay, nobody has earnings today. I was stuck on last week. Okay, we're good. No earnings, nothing crazy. So market's just gonna ebb and flow today, which I like. I love ebb and flow days, nice and clean. Come out nice and rational. Liquidity maps be on the table. Things look good. What's up, Matt? Missed you, Uriel. How'd you do? Yeah, I think I was up like $300 or something. Yeah, and walking away. Justin, I love the training videos, aren't you so much? So we're gonna do the training videos. We decided today where we're gonna do this is we're gonna have 3 different pathways. There's gonna be like a summary video. There's gonna be like essentially like a 10-minute video. There's going to be a deep dive, which is what you guys have been experiencing, and the total immersion, which you've also been experiencing. The total immersion is like the stories and the, you know, the team jogging and all that stuff. It's literally like just the first week is like total immersion. Some people are like, you know, they just want to get in and learn. We get it. We say that you should do the whole program, but we're going to make the total immersion like optional. So like essentially what we're going to do is an educational thing. We're going to design on the website. And as you go through each node, it's going to be like a video game. You're going to watch a video, unlock new ones. You can choose which path you want to go down. We'll give you prizes and rewards if you go through the total immersion, like bigger discounts, cooler swag, whatever. But the idea is that you can learn whichever pace you want to go to. You just want the summary videos so you can catch up and play at the tool. Okay, you want to go through the total immersion? What if we give you a huge discount on lifetime if you finish it, right? Things like that. So to make them optional to make it a little bit easier for y'all to get through. I don't do VIX hedge pressure anymore. I do. 100%. You have a nice, great educational creation team. Oh, thanks. We actually meet with that team to design the feel of the program. It's almost like to design the look of and feel of the iPhone kind of thing. You wanted to have a certain flavor, a certain pace, and we're taking y'all's feedback and trying to figure out the best way to do it. How do you teach people a lot of content, but also change how they think about the market at the same time? Like, how do you get off of the idea of chasing highs and chasing lows and things like that? How do you teach somebody how to be patient, right? Those of you have kids, those of you have cats. Yeah, right? It's like the same thing. You be infinitely patient. How do we do that? The immersion classes. I think those are some of the best ones because they're like a breather in the middle. You tell like a life story, an icebreaker, and it's not, sometimes they're not trading related. Sometimes they're just challenge you to think outside the box related. But to like have in Discord, it's all linear. But what we're going to do on the website is going to be like an educational tree. Like you're going to have points and you can unlock this one. Oh, okay, here's a path. I can go futures or options. Well, I'm an options trader, so let me go the options route. Oh, there's some classes for Ashton right here. Oh, okay, I can take the summary path and just kind of get the feel for it. Or I can take like, okay, here's a deep dive, like DD. Oh, what does it do? Here's a 5-minute video. Well, how does it work? Oh, here's an hour-long video. Okay, well, how does Matt use it with other techniques? Oh, shoot, here's like 4 videos, right? So it's like, go as deep as you want. But we'll give you like 3 different shovels, a small one, a medium one, and then a bulldozer. How's that sound? Calling it total immersion, yeah. That's what I'm gonna call it. Is there there'll be a signal coming soon to alert you whether it's rational or irrational? On Monday, you will have 2 of the 5 irrational signals, I've been told. The hedge pressure breaks and UVXY call while rule. So 2 of the 5, the ones that don't use futures, you'll have them for the end of season for UVXY. So the grid, the 4 grid on the VIX and equities stuff. So this right here. These 4 I use just to look for the irrational signals there. Yep. So out the door, predisposition, I'm hoping or liking the idea of a short. You got 1 minute till market opens. I'm doing an elite trader funding eval account as well at the same time as just testing out for the first time. So this will be a fun thing too. I'll be mirroring my trades in that account with the one I'm doing for the challenge account here, the 100K account. So whatever I do here, I'm going to do there. I created, and today we're going to talk about funded accounts and eval accounts and how we do them. So right out the door, my thought is if the DD number comes in less than 1/2, it's bearish. We want to touch the lower band for the upper band. So that's going to be one thing that we're going to look for. I don't think I see any catalysts. Let me double check. I don't think I see anything. Okay. So market's opening in like 30 seconds. Get the ding, ding, ding coming through. Risk and rewards really small to the upside. Obviously an irrational break on ISM would push the market higher. Obviously I might not want to do anything until that happens. So I'm going to make sure I'm looking at ES today. Yeah, it's going to be we're going to trade. Resilience is Very positive out the door, which means half gap is support so far in a rational market. So already I can see that today we're looking at that at minimum to support there with resilience being the way that it is. Not going to do any shorting here just yet. So let's get the liquidity maps coming through. Let's see what we get. How are you guys doing today? All right. Ooh, oh, it's so sweet. No more refresh, you guys. Ooh, all right. BLD. I love it. It just pops right up. Good deal. Okay. From here to hedge pressure back to here, I think with resilience being the way that it is, I'll love to take a long off a hedge pressure, 2 monthly hedge pressure. I like that. Let's take a look at MHP resilience. As the data comes through, we'll get those calculations. I do like what I see. So today there is a V-shaped trade. There are no irrational signals, so things are looking pretty good. I'm a long off hedge pressure. Maybe ISM will dip us there. I do like that idea. Same thing here. The resilience is being positive mode too. This is likely going to want to support, and this is going to want to support. So even at a liquidity pocket, I'll be willing to break the tide from here up. All right, cool deal. Already longing and half gap. I like this. So Nasdaq at the bottom. Let me make sure I pull NQ resilience up as well. Just to have them both there. Just to see which ones. Oh, let me just actually do this. That'd be better. Okay, get the data coming through here. I'll just look at this. Nasdaq is the worst one for the upside. I do like that. So liquidity map, BLU, like supporting here. Bouncing through there, I think is a great trade. From here back to the top, just a long, but I don't think I'm going to hold for the long because I just want to get in and get out really quick. It's a nice rational day, which is good. Let's look at these monthly hedge pressure numbers coming in. DD 0.7, perfect. Upper band before lower band. So I need that R&R to come through. It's too tight on this one. I'd love to get that dip to there. And we have to be careful because remembering that when the PMI comes out, the market's going to get unusually volatile. And we are very, very, very close to triple B on the VIX. So just kind of remind you guys, I do want a long, but I want a long, get that upper DD band and probably short. Just because this right here can cause a really large pivot out the door. So whatever quote unquote long I get to interact with the upper band is going to be very short lived. QQQ obviously touching this BLU. There's a long entry with a long entry there as well to take. I do like what I see. Everyone smash that like button while you're here pretty quick. Appreciate y'all. SPY, R&R, so we'll check this. Remember, we are kind of in the middle of SPY. We are on a monthly hedge break to make SPY irrational, so that's kind of cool to see. With monthly resilience being within the range of 0 and 10, it's kind of hard to make a decision here. With DD greater than 1/2, right? Clearly it wants to push higher before lower. Hold on 1 second. Spaces. What space are we doing today?
They had white.
I just got invited to speak on a space. So my plan today is to take a quick scalp. If we can get there before the PMIs come out.
Maybe going with an even like
I ideally would like to see, now again, if we do have irrational break on monthly hedge, that's a good sign for market to come down. This is greater than 0.5, right? Or 0.5. Outside of that buffer of like, 60 or higher. So this is actually strong enough that it wants to go to the upside, but monthly hedge pressure wants to bring to the downside. And this is hugging 0. So it's going to be volatile today. Hey man, good morning. Yep. Correct. We are irrational, right? So trading small, taking it easy. Let's draw everything. This is how you have to draw things, right? Draw what you know. What's the rule here, everybody? Quickly. We're going to wait till the ISM numbers, which is going to come out in 24 minutes before we do anything. If we can't get, doesn't look like there's a trade to get right now, but okay, what's the rule on DD really quick? When irrational, right? So what's our tolerance here that we're looking for? Let's see if we can guess. Oh, my bad. Okay, so the rule is greater than half is once it touches the upper band, less than half once it touches the lower band. When rational. When irrational, what's the range on DD, remember? We have a rule of thumb. You give it another 10. You want to make sure it's really bullish or really bearish. So it's greater than 60, right? It's a scale of 0 to 100. So it's greater than 60, so it's really bullish. So in general, it's predispositioned to want to go here and also stay in the bull zone. Okay, so that is, even when irrational, that's a support from here because you don't want to leave the bull zone. And then of course, if it moves this high, then there's your profit target from there to there. So we're already drawing a trade plan, right? This is how this works. What we're gonna do is map out what we want to see. Okay. Also irrational. This is the advanced rocket scooter stuff. We want to see the resilience as be plus or minus at least 10 more, right? S&P, NASDAQ, it's close to 10 and S&P is really strong. So what does resilience mean? Greater than 0, supporting at half gap. Less than 0, resisting half gap. Now, the idea that we're irrational in a monthly hedge break, we're going to take it with a grain of salt. So we're going to give it a little bit of extra fat. This needs to be greater than 10 for me to like it. Okay, that's definitely greater than 10. So that is a play. Additionally, because it's irrational, getting extra volatility, bottom of the band to here is also a play. As long as res is greater than 10. And this is res is greater than 0. Now y'all are learning the different ones. So far so good. Longing 398 sounds good in my whole +1 -1 scheme of things. Now liquidity map, again, we take with a grain of salt when irrational, but it is a BLD. Pop up our tools here. Can't wait till you can draw these all on here for us, right? Oh, yellow to blue, blue to yellow. Great. So on the SPY, there already is that kind of liquidity map type move from here to here and there to there. How lovely. So ideally, if I want a long, it's somewhere in here to move. If I want a short, clearly it's somewhere over here. That VIX triple B is going to be a big deal. Monthly hedge break, I don't like to take the long leg that often. Right, so that's the one thing that's scaring me today. And it can go either direction. My thought now is to take a quick scalp from monthly hedge down to here on that break. VIX looks good. I'm looking at my other screens at all the other signals here. Russell looks good. VIX looks good. QQQ looks good. QQQ is a bull long up to the upper band as well. So S&P is the only one that's kind of showing me some problems. So the risk to reward from here is just so limited. I don't know if I want to long from here because that's the end of the day, right? I more likely like to see the ISO numbers come out. It dip really quick. I long to here and then short it back down for the big run. And the reason I'm thinking about doing two trades, I don't normally flip-flop a lot, is just because of this. And we all know if you go through all of our classes, this white dashed line that sits here all month for the VIX is always a really strong pivot. And the fact that we are right here could create volatile day today. Sometimes it can have a sharp reversal. Sometimes it can do nothing. But anytime you get close to this triple B number, it creates activity. It's high volume. It's predictable high volume. Here's one from there. Y'all see this? This can be very possible. Like a nice little bump up on that ISM number is what I'm expecting, right? Positionally, we're going to push up, and then that catalyst could just kick us right back down. Could you sell credit spreads with a high probability? Well, VIX is in decay, so the sell side is not going to be as strong as after the event. So what I would do is, doesn't seem like we're baking much volatility in right now. As Yeah, as VIX is in decay. You could sell credit spreads, just make sure you leg in appropriately. So ideally is like, you're gonna, what I do believe that today is going to be one of those days that this catalyst, the market's just so wound up tight right now. I feel like the catalyst is going to make us irrational. We're going to create something. This out the door was a little scary. So when you would sell spreads, right? You could sell a spread down here, right? To bet that you don't go into the bear zone. That's a great, like, just as an example, this isn't trading advice, but educationally, right? So 0.7, you would say that the bull zone wants to maintain, right? So you can sell a vertical credit spread down here to bet that you don't go bear, right? You can also sell credit spreads outside the CD band as well on the call side to bet that you don't break that either. But again, catalyst coming up possibly, so I'd be careful on that. But would I straddle, or would I trade both sides of that? In a volatile day, right? Which is pretty much what we're going to happen. It looks gentle now. I have a feeling that the market's going to explode with volatility today. Like the ISM is going to come out and it's probably going to trick one way, trick another way, then trick another way. I feel like it's going to just do that. I have that feeling to it. The down setup on SPY kind of meh. Let's look for some runners today too. Look, illiquidity pockets just while we're looking at it. Like I said, I'm willing to get a trade there. Lulu. It's just looking at stocks and liquid box. So no trades yet. I'm gonna wait for that event. So things that are running today: Palantir, Baba, XLE, energy stocks are running. They're illiquidity pockets, so this is gonna push really quick. We do have a limit on XLE right now, so interesting to see that that's. The more I stare at this, the more I'm starting to think that at that upper DD band or kind of in this range, I'd be willing to short back to that lower hedge pressure on the D side of the short. Yeah. So I don't think anything's going to happen for the next 17 minutes. So, you guys are unfamiliar with what the news is, right? What's coming up? So ISM, non-manufacturing, PMI. These are big numbers, right? You can say that the importance, right? I like investing because they give you the importance, like some stars here. So you know that anytime you get some 3-star action, like Michelin 3-star, this is you have to detour to that country just to eat at that restaurant. So here we go, right? Non-manufacturing PMI is the big dog today. Let's talk about what it is, what it does. And also we'll talk about the job situation, try to predict inflation really quick. We got 15 minutes to kill. Let's do some fundamentals. You guys ready to go to sleep? I know I am. Let's do it. Okay, so the ISM Institute. And what I like about here is you can just read it On the investing.com, it gives you a little summary of what it is. You really don't have to like ever memorize this stuff, but you can always come reference it if you need to. Non-manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index. So the two different sectors, you have manufacturing and non-manufacturing, right? The non-manufacturing index is a composite based on the diffusion indexes, blah, 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 the four equal weights of business activity, new orders, employment, and supplier deliveries, right? Since employment is a big thing that regulates wages right now, right? The labor market is all about wages and it's really inflation, right? Worsening inflation could make the Fed taper less. Now we're irrational upside NASDAQ. Just keep in mind, market's moving high. But these things are going to lead into the bigger kind of like problem that we're experiencing in the market, which is inflation, Fed, quantitative tightening. If wages are starting to inflate again, the Fed is probably not going to taper rates. If wages are starting to deflate, then the Feds could probably start accelerating again. So we're trying to see if we can't predict what the Fed's going to do from some of this data. It's pretty simple to do. So basically what it says, reading above 50, the sector is expanding. Below 50, it's contracting. So let's look at the trend, right? In 2022, the non-manufacturing sector has been contracting. The last print was a definite increase over the previous month, sorry. But let's see what the market does in reality. What you always want to see is how the actual comes against the forecast. If the forecast is low and the actual comes out really good, as in these four things you're looking at, the business activity may be up, or maybe they have new orders before they've produced whatever they make. They have new employment, right? So seasonally adjusted, you have new folks you've hired, or new deliveries that have come in. All of these signs are signs of increased business activity, like macroeconomics. If a company has their warehouse just got full of raw materials, oh great, supplier delivery is great. They're about to make a bunch of stuff. They got a bunch of new orders from customers, great. This is a debottlenecking metric if you start to see what it is, right? You have like a box, and I'm just gonna draw it because we have 15 minutes to kill. We're not gonna do anything crazy here. We're gonna wait for that news event. You have a box, you have a company. Let's put the word C here. The company can either spend money for employees, they hire some people. They can get deliveries of raw materials, right? And just imagine, without any of these things, the company's performance is really slow, right? So new orders is, customers want to buy stuff. They want to buy shit. They have orders to buy things. In business activity, well, in general, this is all business activity, but business activity would be like an internal thing, would be like you're investing in infrastructure, you're doing something, right? So essentially you can see that if you get new raw materials, if companies ordering raw materials, well, they're about to ramp up production. They might hire employees. Car company hire employees, and they're probably going to get some raw materials because they probably got new orders. You're basically looking at how this block is debottlenecked. Like if it's like a maze on the inside, any one of these things can increase company activity. And that's what it's basically saying. And of course, in the market we've been in a recession, you'd expect all that stuff to bottleneck and kind of taper out. As we know, post-COVID, the market just kind of didn't, everything shut down and kind of came back to normal. And this is the non-manufacturing sector. So there's also a manufacturing sector as well. But you can see just in general, this is the recession, right? Decline in economic activity, which is normal. So the question you have now is what we call the efficient market hypothesis, right? The forecast is the sum of everybody's belief of what's going on. And in this forecast being the way that it is, we're going to look at it and see that the forecast is people that are expecting it to go higher, right? The actual last time was 55.2. The forecast is that we're going to be 54. So the forecast is that we're coming down a little bit. Do we beat or miss the forecast? That's really what the question is. Wall Street tends to price in effectively what the estimate is because everybody bets on their belief. So this is the sum of everybody's belief. So if it comes in really hot against the forecast, the market might dip and rally really good. Comes in a huge miss to show further decline in economic activity while the recession takes over. And that's all you need to care about. Do we beat or miss the forecast? Now again, you can't ever understand the perception of Wall Street against this, right? You may beat and you may think it's bullish. Somebody might have bet that it was bullish, and then right when it spikes, that's when they decide to sell and take profit. The trick is you can't go too heavy into using those numbers for anything other than expect. This is a trick in trading an event, is if you're new, maybe sit out and don't do it. But you can't ever see that number as being good and expect Wall Street to behave like it is. People always bet beforehand. And if you come out as a huge beat and it spikes, that may be the place that people start dumping and taking profit. Or the market makers know that the next event is getting a lot of sell pressure. They run everybody's stops and bring it down, right? 50 versus 52, 50.6, 55, Gloria said. Hopefully I can get the trade, yeah. It's got 9 minutes coming through on this. So this is the more important one. They put stars here to remind you which ones are important. Mildly important here, right? This came out at 9:45 about 7 minutes ago. Create a little bit of a bump. Let's just analyze what's going on today. SPY is maintaining the course, hitting that upper DD band. We're back to being rational. This is going to want to touch the upper band. Nasdaq's already breaking through. So here's another thing on upside pivots, right? Nasdaq irrational to upside. So we got a really tight window of opportunity today. A neat trick is to go to your walls input right here and click monthly and see on the upside at 296 on Nasdaq. Let's see if there's any upside walls right here, right? If you find any upside opposing walls like illiquidity pockets on the monthly scale, you'll find some resistances here. So even on the scale from now to the 17th of March, there's really nothing in the way for QQQ. So that's interesting to see. SPY on the monthlies as well. Nothing as well there. Okay. So nice little breakout today. I think we're going to keep an eyeball on Nasdaq. Make sure you watch that. Nasdaq is above its CD band. SPY is touching its CD band right now. And Russell's just kind of floating in the middle with not a lot of activity. So the BLD, the only reason I didn't take the long from here to there when all signs were pointing up was just because the R&R wasn't that great. Like I'm trying to swing for not a lot of base hits. I'm trying to get at least a double each one of my trades, like something that's worth something. So while that was slightly a predictable move, as we drew all those arrows to the upside, right here to there was really small. Here to there and there to there was a lot better. Sometimes. Okay, SPY's at upper D's now. Yeah. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We love you guys. How are y'all doing? Are y'all doing anything yet? Anybody doing anything? It's cool to see some of these stocks move around that I didn't think would be moving today. Okay. Just remember, we know better. Triple B is coming out. Triple B is hitting. So this is one of our usual signals. So let me show you this. Everybody write down this number. I'm going to type it for you in case you forget. Y'all do nothing yet? Yeah, me neither. Y'all are so smart. I learned so much from y'all. 1975 on VIX. That is a high volume pivot on VIX today. That lasts for an entire month. And what that is right, that's a whole balance between an effect called contango between the two contracts when VIX rolls over. Third Wednesday of the month. So what you get, that effect there, can cause spontaneous onset volatility. I'd love to see a nice little spike start to pull back and pull back and pull back. Now, everything's looking very nice and healthy right now, so there's nothing to short against, right? Nothing to short against. This is positive. This is positive. We're irrational. They're very positive, very strong. DD's strong. Nothing's terrible. So either we dip to hedge, and I might want to scout from here to there, because that creates an irrational break. So there's a scout from here to here I might want to take. Well, ideally, my favorite trade would be that it starts to move and then starts to collapse and then just starts to lose steam over the course of the day. Now, there's no evidence that it'll do that, clearly, but the VIX is that mechanism, spontaneous onset volatility. So as soon as we tap that triple B, Like if you were long, for example, it's not trading your investment advice, but if you were long and you know volatility is about to possibly expand, right? This is the interaction point you want to pay attention to. And if it hits here very often, it can move, right? So the way that I treat it is that if I were long and long and long and long, when VIX hits that point where volatility can expand really rapidly, I would close out my longs if I were long. So remember, when we talked about the VIX rule yesterday, spontaneous onset volatility just means that the market is ebbing and flowing along, and then it just starts to like get really wide really quick, even though it's not going anywhere. That's what volatility actually is. So when markets are just flat, see how it's just kind of tilting up a little bit, but it starts to go up and down really violently before it stabilizes. VIX can cause that. So what we just tell ourselves is that if you have any kind of VIX usual rules, is going to give you activity to play with, right? It's not like, holy crap, I'm missing out on this long, let me get in on this. It's like, nice red candle on ISM gets right here, let me long it to go right back there, let me close it, watch it like that, and it might actually do anything. And that's what volatility actually is. So if you know you're trading volatility, you know you're in, you're out, you're really quick, and it's not directional. We had a couple of those last 2 days actually had events just like that, right? You had market was just ebbing and flowing up. See this? It got spontaneously volatile for a tighten back up. That was a VIX irrational, right? Same thing this day, right? The market's just ebbing and flowing along. We had UVXY irrational. It just got volatile real quick before it continued to start trending. So this wasn't a trend. This is just onset volatility. And so I'm going to use that to find quick opportunities. We're going to be in, we're going to be out. Quick, 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 right? Chill day today. We got T-minus 2 minutes until the numbers come out. Curious to see how Wall Street perceives this. Market's already pushing irrationally upside, Wolf, so getting a little pre-head start, but we are on a key VIX level right now on the VIX futures. 1975 could create some onset volatility, so I really do believe the onset of this, the way Wall Street's pricing it in, the onset of this report coming out in a minute is going to create volatility, not direction. So I think we're going to bounce all over the place. All signs are looking like it. Well, since the report is over eager based on last month's results, right? I mean, the estimate's very high. My 54.5 is that if the report comes in on a big miss, it's just going to spur volatility. If the market comes in, what I believe, remember, it's hard to understand how Wall Street perceives something. What I think is good news might be an opportunity for people to get in and sell, because remember, people, this is also an expiration Friday. So it's going to be hard to guess the perception, how Wall Street behaves on this. But I think that the estimate being high while it was low last time, it's got some big shoes to fill. And if the estimate comes in like way above the actual, comes across the forecast, then the market may go up very rapidly, but the volatility is going to kick in. I think that it would bump and start to sell off. But really, that's just a guess. You can't really predict how people respond to these things. But it's got some big shoes to fill off of last month's report. So the actual's got to come in. If the actual comes in as a miss, then obviously, you know, we're going to see some activity. It looks like we're moving now, so let's see what we got. So came in as a beat. All right, so the news came in slightly better than expected. 55.1 is a beat. So Wall Street's perceiving that right now. Fif 55.1, yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Okay, I'm gonna let it bounce around. I'm gonna take a short. Why? I don't know. Upper band, I'm gonna bet that we say irrational. The R&R is pretty decent here. This is the end of the move. I'm gonna take that UVXY volatility bet. I think I like it. Let's not trade minis there. Remember, volatility, don't chase candles. You're gonna get your opportunities if you find them. Came in 55, slightly ahead. right? So 55.1, slightly ahead of the estimate. Let me let the dip create a buying opportunity through here, and I'm going to take 1 point above and take a short off of this. I want to just bet that UVXY comes through here, and I'm going to actually, this is a really risky bet. I'll let you guys know when I push a button. Remember, volatility is going to be here. I'm not going to chase anything. I'm not going to see red candles and want to take it. I want to see what happens when we get here. I'm shorting against all the evidence, but we are irrational now, right? So being irrational, the market tends to do irrational things. Do I want to bet that we tuck back in the band by the end of the day? Yeah. This will be, if this pushes straight through here and goes through there, I'll just get out of my short and call it a day. But this is a bigger rule that we have, that we teach, that can create volatility. So this is an advanced trade, and it's going to be exploiting the volatility part of things. And I'll just kind of show you in our, and I'm going to do really small bet, right? If you go right here, Triple B can create loose pivots and overshoots when you interact with it, and can also pivot the S&P rapidly when you interact with it. So I'm going to let it be volatile real quick. I'm going to let it try to push highs one more time, and I might try to zap it back down. Why do I feel that way? Because the market, we're in a bear market. So this is a monthly target. It's going to be hard to think that the market just spontaneously dries up all this volatility real quick. So if I get that bounce to there, we're going to watch this, right? This being really close to zero is making it to where I can probably try to forecast a hedge pressure break. But right now, all I'm looking for is move from here to here. I'm not going to chase this red candle, right? Volatility is here, so I'm going to expect it to give me a range that I want. And I'd rather miss out on it if I don't get anything at all. Yeah, so volatility incoming is what I want to see. So right now, we're going to get some pretty good green candles coming through here. When you know volatility is coming up, you don't chase reds, you don't chase greens. This is the trick. So right now, what I'm looking for, let's draw everything out right now, right? Rational market. This is greater than zero. That's going to support. It wants to support. Rational market resilience greater than zero. That wants to support, and so does that. BLD, that wants to happen, or that wants to happen. So we get all kind of opportunities in here to play this. This greater than 1/2. The bottom of the bull zone wants to support. So there's some pretty good eats in here. I wouldn't bet that we stay down here for long if we did. If this stays nice and strong and we're down in here, it's hedge breaks to get there. There's a quick scalp back to return to tap. And of course, I would always close out if I were to do that. So it's a tricky day. I'm going to be creative today. So it's not an easy day, but what I do know is with the spontaneous onset volatility, I'm not going to chase a red, just like I said. So the more you do this, the more you see that we can kind of just follow along. We know what to expect. We've done this for a while. Deciding how I want to play this. Let's double check QQQ really quick.
What do they do?
We're almost. I'm going to see if that monthly hedge starts to deteriorate a little bit. It's not saving my drawing templates. I need to put in an order for us to make that happen. I'm tired of changing those colors every day. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to check to see if there's any big stocks breaking hedge pressure to downside, because that's what we're looking to see if monthly hedge is going to die out. Monthly hedge breakdown. Okay. Almost there. Yeah, I'm not going to short this yet. Not yet. I need to see resiliences start to die out for me to believe anything. Oh, now, why am I not paying attention to NASDAQ? Okay, hold up. Now, the S&P typically, will lead the NASDAQ, but NASDAQ is the one that's testing right here. Okay. Let's trade NASDAQ today. I would say Nasdaq's probably the better setup. Let me double check this. Hold up. No, it's, let me see. Hold up. Nasdaq has a lot more room to fall. Yep. It's the worst one, SPY's the better one. So we're gonna, since if I'm shorting, I'm gonna short the better one. Let's stay with SPY. Okay. So since monthly res is still positive, I'm expecting this to not just crash out from here. All right, we're gonna let this play around a little bit. I do want to see it attempt DD band one more time. I think I'm gonna try to build a short here while Nasdaq is deteriorating. This is what I was expecting to happen. So Nasdaq is starting to show signs of falling through first. I'm gonna get the trade that I want though.
Stuff that's holding, Tesla's actually holding Apple, like we were talking about earlier, holding.
Okay, there's that VIX coming through.
Holding.
I want to get some green candles in here. I was trying to play it safe. We're probably gonna short this.
Yeah, Nvidia coming right
When I say we, who am I talking to? Myself. Yeah. So what I like about QQQ is that regular monthly hedge structure resilience is hugging zero, right? And we're trading above the band. So it wanting to trade lower is something I do want to see. Okay, there's the entry points I do want to see here. Maybe we will trade Nasdaq today. Okay. Let's do...
Not much, to be honest. I think one thing that stood out to me a little bit this morning that we're seeing reaffirmed here a little bit is weakness in semiconductors. So while the overall index is popping up higher, even tech, something like the semi, which is the VanEck semiconductors ETF,
I'm gonna do 3.
still negative on the session. Right now it's down about 0.6%.
Just have my position.
It's still up 0.75%. So pretty weird little divergence there, especially on a day where even something like a mark is up even 4%. So clearly investors have appetite for risk. For some reason they don't have appetite for semiconductors. Along SOXS, yesterday I did trim my inverse exposure to tech with by selling some TECS to 12.
I do like this deteriorating factor. I do like what I see. Again, this is just a... Hold on 1 second. Hold on, let me turn this on too. Everything's just sitting. Everything's just sitting kind of right here on the edge here.
Nothing's promised if we get there. I think if it falls,
Things are still kind of there's a rational window here, so I'm expecting it to be slightly volatile. Let's see if we get it.
if we fall below that, it's 230.17 is what I'm saying on my chart. If we fall below 230.17, that might be an indication that
It's gonna be volatile here, so it's gonna get crazy.
on that level specifically, I'm actually going to set an alert We're not there yet, though, right? We're trading just shy of 232, so there's still a bit of room for it to fall before I think there's more sign of caution.
That deterioration of resilience is solid. I like it.
Boyle coming into
I know it's tricky. I know it's tricky.
Boyle $7 calls are at now. They are wow. Back down to okay. These Boyle calls do not move very well.
Yeah, options, dollars, right?
Okay.
I still like.
This is my full position size. Nasdaq moves very fast, as you know, so this is going to be a very volatile environment right now. I'm not confident here. I mean, it's irrational, and Nasdaq resilience is negative, and we're trading above the band.
Unless you get something that's super low ID, like
It's not negative enough for me to be super confident. I agree. I'm just slightly confident. DD being positive clearly keeps us on this end, right? So you be very careful here.
What's up with the blue?
But I waited until I got what I wanted to see.
Just a real quick,
Hold on 1 second, real quick.
asking about services PMI, like just layman's terms, like kind of what that info means. Been an hour on it.
I know I don't like it. Not yet.
So I'd appreciate any.
Just 10 points on the other side. Okay, I don't like this at all. It's probably a loss for today. Damn, okay. I might trim this in just a second. I don't like what I see.
For the month of
All right, so I'm probably going to take a loss here if it doesn't bounce back down.
5 basis points.
Nasdaq just went ahead and turned very positive here, so
Excuse me, the economy's giving the Fed.
Yeah, this is probably a bad short to be in. I don't like it. Irrational trade. I got squeezed. I'm probably just gonna call it. Might call it a loss. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Spies at upper DD, and we're still at that volatility spot. Remember, this is just onset volatility, so I'm gonna scout my way out of this one. Try to get out of this and see if I can't turn it into a win. I'm gonna play the volatility. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, don't try this at home. We'll just see on this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scalp it right back down to this DD band. And of course, resilience. Yeah, this is just, this just came out and it just kind of squeezed me on this. Irrational day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play this and try to scalp the volatility. I'm not going to chase greens, chase reds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get anything I can get. I'm going to start trimming and playing and just trying to make sure I can manage this. Still got that volatility that can come out. Unlucky day. It happens. Yeah. Oy. Tough day. I think it's still doing all right. Remember, this is the onset spontaneous volatility. This is the range I'm playing in. Spies at upper DD band, so hopefully we can do okay here. That was my intent to short from here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry about that. What's that, man? Yeah, that spontaneous onset volatility. Markets burping up, markets burping down. So I'm looking to see, honestly, right now we got a pretty cool print on resilience. So the stock market itself had a, hold on one second, I open my rocks here real quick. Had a really good surprise. Tech stocks started moving and we started getting a nice little bump that pushed things higher. I still don't know if I trust any upside move as a rally. This is just that onset volatility we talked about. The market's going to V out pretty big. I did take a short. I am getting squeezed. This might actually be my first loss of the challenge. I don't. My thought is that we're at kind of like an upper rationality part of the market. That if there's a mechanic for this to rally from here, it's kind of hard to see it. I'm just playing the volatility. I'm trying to short the chop, get in, get out pretty quick, and that's basically about it. But all signs do point up, so I'm not necessarily liking the position I'm in, but we'll see. Yeah, like I like that SPY upper area that I was talking about this morning. That was just the area I was trying to play against. But that VIX number that I look at, the 1975 on VIX futures, that just creates very strong waves of volatility in the S&P when you interact with it. And as you see right now, right, the SPY just has big V's. We got 15-point ranges probably just kind of on set after that event came out. So we'll see what happens from here. We need to kind of watch and see. NASDAQ was just very weak all morning. It had a quick burst of strength and it's weakening again. That is what I'm really looking to show the sign of weakness at all. All the stocks in the S&P are in general looking really strong, but NASDAQ is the one that is looking the weakest, at least on resilience side. So we'll have to see. So all eyes on, I guess, tech stocks. Will they maintain the course today or not?
Dude, I mean, I don't want to miss. Those medicals are 425% now. So.
Yeah. Let's see what I want to do. Hopefully I get a nice little dip against this to play it off. Like I said, I'm on the wrong side of the trade. One thing is to know that you're on the wrong side of the trade. And I've got an R&R on this that I'm going to play and get out of this if I can.
Did a full deep dive on Meta that I published 2 days ago, and I didn't see any new major initiations or upgrades when I wrote it over the weekend. Maybe I missed something.
Tough day. Yeah.
1,000 words, but I did a full kind of quality.
I probably should just cut this and run and wait and see if I can get a better setup at the end of the day.
In-depth kind of deep dive, you know, but the reception was really good for it. So, and I ended up buying more stock yesterday. So, you know,
I'm hitting my max loss limit, so I'm probably gonna call it.
company and where it's headed overall, the cash flow is just insane. I call it the cash flow monster for a reason.
We love free cash flow for sure, and they got it. It's really good here. It's really great on track here to the target.
When you trade irrationally, this is kind of what you likely will deal with. So, for some reason, it just has that. There is a yellow line in NASDAQ at 12,339. The bet was that we were going to lose monthly resilience, and we didn't lose it. So that was what I'm looking for. And NASDAQ is just getting gains of strength. We have Meta's looking pretty good. I think I'm a little early, but I think I'm going to get what I want. There's one thing. This is also what I was looking at today. I know I just got in too heavy too early. Yellow line, we talk about those all the time. We had a session on that yesterday. That is my resistance target. I just got in way too early. So what I'm gonna do, okay, I'm gonna start cutting this down a little bit. We're right at that yellow line though. That was my original target to trade on. I'm gonna do something really cool. I want you guys to come to the Zoom in just a second. We'll continue in Zoom because we only stream for about an hour on YouTube, but I want everybody to go here really quick and see if I can dig myself out of this. Everybody go here really quick. And I'm about to... I saw the yellow line, and that was originally my thought, but I'm just a little early, and I know this is going to be where I want to see that VIX move, and I know I'm just early as fuck. Stupid me. I think I'm going to hold just a little bit longer. I know. Yeah, I'm going to dig off a yellow. All right, we're gonna load up a Zoom call. Gosh, man, I'm gonna get squeezed all the way to yellow. I know it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to trim just a little bit. I saw that yellow line today. I was really excited to see all the signals and signs point to that. So that is where I do want to short from. Another 39. I don't know how far I want to be on this one. 39.24. So I'm going to see this yellow line tap, and I think that's where I'm going to probably start to play and dig out of this one. I'm almost at my max loss limit for the day, so kind of meh. We'll do the Zoom link in a minute. We will head over to Zoom, so I want everybody to go and follow the saga there. Y'all want to see me dig out of this and see if I can turn this loss into a win? Maybe I can, maybe I won't. We'll see. Everyone, go to Discord right now. That link will be posted. If you're in the extended trial, you get to watch it. So the extended trials are $35 a month. What it is our $199 educational package. I got in too early. I was thinking to short yellow line. I got squeezed on that DD band break. Trading irrational, what happens? A little heavier than I thought, but I'm really close to the target I want. So we'll see if I can't turn this into something in a little bit, and I'll let you guys know how it turns out. We love you guys, and we'll see y'all in a little bit. Go there. We're going through our 6-week training program. $35 a month for $199 a month. Like I said, this is day 26 of the streak. Did I end the streak here today? We shall see, but maybe not. Comment over the Discord, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Here's the link to do the extended trial, like I said. Trading irrational, this is what happens. We tell you guys not to do it. You can get squeezed pretty quickly. You have to know what you're doing. So we're gonna see if I can't turn this around, or if I get lost from here. We'll take a look at this. Go to rockscooter.com. Sign up for that, and we'll see y'all in a little bit.